Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the September 26th Lebanon City Council meeting. Our first order of business will be the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, now we'll move on to the roll call members. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mike Kincaid.
Present.
Keith Campbell.
Here.
Morris Jones.
Here.
Dick Robertson.
Here.
John Copeland.
Here.
Brant Wheat.
Here.
Sierra Messenger. Present.
Okay, everyone's here. We will move on to the approval of the minutes. Actually, we won't because we don't have the minutes. We'll take that up at our next meeting. So we'll move on to old business. There's nothing on my agenda for old business. Is there anything from council?
Nothing from me, sir.
Okay. First item up then is Resolution 2022-22, Additional Appropriation Request from LIT for new vehicles for LPD. We have Chief Morgan to present this to us.
Good evening, Council. If you remember during our budget meetings, we didn't ask for any money in the vehicle line because we didn't think we were going to be able to get any vehicles, and so we were going to hold off and wait and see next year if we could find some. Mr. Stoney ended up finding 4 vehicles, 4 Tahoes for us. So I'm asking for an additional $50,000 that will outfit them and get them for LPD. And then next year, we will just start making lease payments on them. These will be leased going through Enterprise, the same as all of our others. These ones will not be pursuit rated, so they're not actually police vehicles, they're just regular civilian vehicles. So our admin will take these and pass our pursuit rated ones down to the road so we have enough vehicles for all of our officers.
Yeah, part of the challenge we've been running with vehicles, both on the Ford side and also on the Tahoe Chevy side. I think the Chevy Tahoe window was open for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Nationwide, right? So finding these vehicles because of the shortages on the chips and things like that, getting a hold of new vehicles has been extremely difficult, right? So that's why we're doing this kind of so these 4 came up, we kind of had to jump on them. Next year actually is a big year for us trying to turn vehicles over, so any ones we can find this year are helpful for us to get those in and get those going. So that's why we're kind of doing this a little bit more of a spur of the moment, call it, but that's why this appropriation is here for tonight. So,
Yeah.
anything else you want to add on that, Chief?
I'm sorry?
Anything else you want to add?
No, it was just one of those where it was either you say yes now or you don't get. Because it was at a dealership, they're not going to hold it for us, they told us. So, if we can get the money, that'd be great.
Okay. Any questions for Chief Morgan from the council?
No, sir.
Okay. Rob, can you read the resolution, please?
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Resolution 2022-22 is for an additional appropriation. Whereas at times it becomes necessary to appropriate additional funds within the approved budget as contemplated and authorized under Indiana Code, it has been determined that it is now necessary to appropriate more money than was originally appropriated in the annual budget. All additional appropriations require a public hearing, of which this council will have momentarily. Now therefore be it resolved and adopted by this council, Resolution 2022-22 is to be appropriated for the lease of 4 Chevy Tahoes and equipment for the Lebanon Police Department. The following additional sums of money are hereby appropriated out of Fund 2240, which is the LIT Public Safety Fund, and that's $4,000 capital outlays in the amount of $50,000.
Thank you, Rob. Resolution has been read. Any comments, discussion from council this time?
No, sir.
There is a public hearing on this, so at this time I'll open the public hearing on Resolution 2022-22. Any public comments, please step forward, state your name for the record. All right, seeing no sudden movements, I will close the public hearing on Resolution 2022-22. Further discussion, comments from council?
No, sir.
Okay. This time then, I would entertain a motion concerning Resolution 2022-22.
I move we approve Resolution 2022-22.
Second.
We have a motion from Brian, a second from Mike. All those here say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved unanimously. Thank you, council. Chief?
Thank you.
Okay. Next up will be Resolution 2022-23. This is a additional appropriation request from the general fund for fuel for Lebanon Police Department, Lebanon Fire Department, our planning and engineering departments. This is for a total amount of $102,600. The total request there for police is $80,000, fire for $20,000, engineering for $1,800, planning for $800, for that total. Just looking back here on some stats for council to consider right now. The average fuel price in October of 2021 nationwide when we adopted our budget was $2.33. I believe today I saw it for $3.35 at Kroger. So obviously fuel prices have gone up and changed a little bit since we adopted our budget last year, hence the need for this additional appropriation. So any comments or questions at this time, discussion?
No, sir.
Okay, Rob, have you read the resolution then, please?
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Resolution 2022-23 is for an additional appropriation. Whereas at times it becomes necessary to appropriate additional funds within the approved budget as contemplated and authorized by Indiana Code. It has been determined that it is now necessary to appropriate more money than was originally appropriated in the annual budget. All additional appropriations require a public hearing, which this council will hold momentarily. Now therefore be it resolved and adopted by this council, Resolution 2022-23 is to appropriate funds for fuel for LFD, LPD, planning, and engineering. The following additional sums of money are hereby appropriated out of Fund 1101, General, and that is in the amount of $102,600.
Thank you, Rob. Resolution has been read. At this time, I'll open the public hearing on Resolution 2022-23. If any public comments, please step forward, state your name for the record. Okay, seeing none, I will close the public hearing on Resolution 2022-23. Any additional comments, questions from council?
Make a motion, we approve Resolution 2022-23.
We have a motion to approve. Is there a second? Second. Second from Morris. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? All right, that is approved unanimously. Thank you, council. All right, next up, Resolution 2022-24. This is additional appropriations request for fuel from the Park Fund. As you noticed, the last resolution is for the Fire Department, Police Department, Planning, Engineering, which of course all follow the general fund. Of course, we all know Park has their own fund. So this is an additional appropriation request for $25,000. Caleb, do you want to say anything? No, I don't. No, you're good? Okay. Again, similar issue, just running, our budget didn't quite get as far as we had hoped as it would based on the change in fuel prices. So with that, we'll have Rob read the resolution, 2022-24.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Resolution 2022-24 for an additional appropriation. At times, it becomes necessary to appropriate additional funds within the approved budget as contemplated and authorized under Indiana Code. Whereas it's been determined that it is now necessary to appropriate more money than was originally appropriated in the annual budget. All additional appropriations require a public hearing, which again this council will hold momentarily. Now therefore be it resolved and adopted by this council that Resolution 2022-24 is to appropriate funds for fuel for the Park Department. Following additional sums of money are hereby appropriated out of Fund 2204-Park for the purpose specified subject to the laws governing the same, and again, that is in the amount of $25,000.
Okay. Thank you, Rob. This time, I'll open the public hearing on Resolution 2022-24. If you have any public comments, please step forward, state your name for the record. Okay. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing on Resolution 2022-24. Any additional comments, questions from council? Okay, we'll entertain a motion concerning Resolution 2022-24.
Make a motion, we approve Resolution 2022-24.
We have a motion and a second to approve from Dick and then Keith. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Resolution 2022-24 passes unanimously. Thank you, council. And finally, we have Resolution 2022-25, additional appropriation request for fuel, if you're noticing a trend here, from the Motor Vehicle Fund, which is obviously for our street department. So this is for a total amount of sure I have the right one here, $20,000. So I'll have Rob read the resolution again for us.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Resolution 2022-25 is for an additional appropriation. Whereas that at times it becomes necessary to appropriate additional funds within the approved budget as contemplated and authorized under Indiana Code. It has been determined that it is now necessary to appropriate more money than was originally appropriated in the annual budget. All additional appropriations will require a public hearing, which again, this council will hold momentarily. Now therefore be it resolved and adopted by this council, Resolution 2022-25 is to appropriate funds for fuel for the street department. The following additional sums of money are hereby appropriated out of Fund 2201-Motor Vehicle Highway, and that is in the amount of $20,000.
Yep. Thank you, Rob. At this time, we'll open the public hearing on Resolution 2022-25. If any public comments, please step forward, state your name for the record. All right, no takers? All right, struck out tonight. We'll close the public hearing then on Resolution 2022-25. Any discussion from council? Would entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we approve Resolution 2022-25.
The motion approved from Sierra. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from John. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That resolution is adopted unanimously. Thank you, council. All right, that concludes what I have on my agenda for new business. Is there anything from council?
No, sir, I make a motion to pay the claims.
We have motion to pay the claims. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Brent. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Wait, hold on. Is there any announcements or discussion that council wants to have since we're here?
No, sir.
No? Any general public comment? Okay. Would entertain a motion then to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion to adjourn from John. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Sierra. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, we are adjourned. Our next city council meeting will be Tuesday, October 11th. We're delayed today because of Columbus Day at 7:15 p.m. So again, Tuesday, October 11th at 7:15 p.m. Have a great night. We are adjourned.